Manscaped is today's presenting sponsor. Here, you're watching NFL Daily by Chat Sports, and we're getting ready to get into a mailbag.
Yeah.
Use hashtag NFL or Super Chat, and if you want your questions answered, you got to join us on our live shows Monday, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. If you guys need some Manscaped gear, manscaped.com/chat, 20% off and free shipping. Teresa B., what up? Who is the best team in the NFC West?
I am still going to lead Seahawks.
I'm going to go Rams.
But I don't trust Jared Goff, man. And I know they're finding ways to win almost in spite of him, but that's going to catch up to them. Because I think both these teams overall, very different styles. Rams have a great defense. Seattle does not. Because of that, I'm going to lean quarterback, and I'm going to go Russ instead.
See, if Russell Wilson was playing the way he did the first half of the season, I would be like, you know what, Tom, you're right. I don't trust Jared Goff. And not that I do trust Goff, but Wilson hasn't been playing that well either. That defense has been horrible the entire season. So I'm going to go with the running game of the Rams, who just had Cam Akers run for 179 yards.
Yeah.
Give me the Rams. Okay. Ghostly Chino, you're next up here. How much would you pay A-Rob? I don't know if I would pay him a ridiculous amount of money. He is my number one wide receiver in free agency.
That's what Cooper got.
You're probably going to have to give him, Amari Cooper
So
type
if you want to give him 20.5 or whatever, sure. Like, he's going to ask for wide receiver one money, and that's minimum $20 million right now.
Yeah, you should get it.
The cap might drop, you say. Yeah, I can find ways around the cap.
And by the way, though, that's a lot.
Yeah, but he's a number one receiver.
He is. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Cooper's doing what A-Rob normally does. Put up big numbers with a crappy quarterback.
Would you rather have Allen Robinson or Amari Cooper? Because I'm taking Allen Robinson.
I think I'd go Robinson. That means you probably even pay him way more than $20 million.
I know. You said $20 million. I was like, I don't know. And then I just convinced myself that, guess what? You're probably going to have to pay him more than $20 million.
Go.
Gary Sanderson, what's up, man? If Doug Pederson is fired, do you think he will be highly coveted by teams looking for a coach? I think so.
Yeah, he might take a year off. You don't see that many fired than immediately hired head coaches, but
sure.
I think he'd definitely get a second chance at some point. Maybe he tries to take the year off. Maybe he goes be an OC somewhere for a new coach who has a defensive mind. But I think, there would be interest in hiring Doug Pederson. Like, if you're Jacksonville,
why not?
Wouldn't you hire him?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. If he is fired, guess what? We're going to cover it here on Chat Sports. So if you're always finding yourself looking for the latest NFL news and rumors, mailbags, mock drafts, and more, we got you covered. I don't care if you watch our videos while you're dropping in number 2, if you're in the shower, on your way to work. As long as you're watching, you're getting updated. That's what we're here for, baby. Hit that big red button and subscribe. And if you are already subbed, you see that link below, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Send it to some of your friends. Let's get to 300K by the NFL draft. All right, this next one's coming in from, I don't know, Tom. Maxim. Minshew to the Patriots.
I say probably not. Now, Minshew's about to be reinstalled as the starter for Jacksonville, and since he is the new Ryan Fitzpatrick, he'll probably play well because the cycle of Fitzpatrick is the same as the cycle of Minshew.
Yep.
Although I will make note, if we get Week 1 Minshew, they will win. Because Week 1 Gardner Minshew is
17
top,
of 18,
top
baby.
5 quarterback. He did it his first year, too. He's top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He's not always actually a Week 1 Minshew. If the Patriots, does he actually move the needle enough for you?
No.
He is a low-end starter who I think is athletically and physically maxed out. Like, he's not going to suddenly get his arm way stronger. Like, he's going to be a guy you can start in pinches, but you're always going to be trying to upgrade on him.
I want to see Jimmy Garoppolo back to New England. That's what I want to see.
I have an idea for that later.
Yes, you do. All right, Evan, what's up, man? Patriots 2021 quarterback candidates.
I mean, I think you can bring back Cam Newton if you want.
Ugh.
I think at some point
Jarrett Stidham's terrible.
There's not one on your roster. Maybe you try Wentz. Maybe. I don't love that one. Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford, Jimmy Garoppolo, what happens with those quarterbacks? You're not going to be in Trevor Lawrence range, probably not in Fields Wilson range. I wouldn't think Trey Lance. Then it's like, it's Kyle Trask, Mac Jones enough. I don't know.
Dude,
weird spot.
I could see the Patriots being in another very, very strange situation.
They might just kick the can down the road another season.
This one's coming in from Chi-Town based. Who will draft Travis? I'm guessing you mean Etienne, running back of Clemson. Tom, you're the best guy in the biz for all draft stuff. If anybody has any questions around the NFL draft, hit up my man Tom at What Going Downy. All right, talk to me about Etienne.
I really like Etienne. He would have been my number one back last year. He decided to go back to Clemson. He's going to be my number one back this year, so I've done a pretty decent amount of pre-work on him, obviously. Really good athlete, was more involved in the passing game the past year and a half, 2 years. That matters as far as I'm concerned for Etienne. I don't know where he goes, though.
Okay.
Early in the year, I like sending him to Jacksonville, late round 1, early round 2, because they need a back. Well, they have James Robinson now.
It's been great.
If the Jets take Trevor Lawrence, I like the idea of pairing up Etienne in New York with Trevor. I think that might be kind of like an ideal fit for Etienne, but I've been very impressed by him. I think wherever he goes, he ends up being the first back off the board. NFL teams don't value that position as much anymore. That'll lead him to slide a little bit.
I actually see some few people in the comments saying, what about Najee Harris? So this question is freaking perfect. Who's the best running back in the 2021 NFL draft? If it's Najee Harris from Alabama, I want you to type NH. If it's Travis Etienne of Clemson, go ahead and type TE. If it's somebody else that's not seen on screen,
pick a UNC back.
Go ahead and comment below. For me, it is Travis Etienne. I mean, he is the overall best running back. But not only that, I want a running back that shows me that he can get better and better every year. When he first came into college, more of just a speed back. He is just taking his game to the next level. And even though maybe the touchdown numbers aren't what he had as a sophomore, putting up 24 rushing, to me, he gets better and better. That's the guy I want.
And I like Harris a lot as well, but I think in terms, I like explosion in my backs. I want big plays. Etienne has provided significantly more big plays than Najee Harris, who I think entering this year, his career long, I think it is, and even through this year is like 34 or something. There aren't a lot of big plays by Najee. He's going to be a damn good NFL player too. I like Etienne more though.
Timothy Nolan, what up, my dude? Make sure you guys are using hashtag NFL or Super Chat to get on the show. Where does Trubisky go in the offseason?
He might just stick around with the Bears for another year.
Dude, I have no idea.
I mean, like, if obviously the teams...
He played well this past week.
Yeah, there have been moments for Trubisky, and it's not consistent, and he can just lure you enough in. Probably somewhere as a backup, like, kind of like becomes...
Maybe he tries to go. I have
no
idea.
The Saints?
I have no.
Winston moves on.
Okay.
They try to do the Taysom Hill thing again. You bring in Trubisky as your more typical backup quarterback. If he's cut, because no one's going to trade for him.
Yeah, nobody's ever going to make the move for Trubisky. I mean, obviously,
Rams as a backup.
We'll see what happens as it goes on.
Good question.
It's a tough one, man. I do not know what to tell you. All right, do it now. If your package is perfect, then like this video. So we got 361 people watching live and 140 likes. That means over 200 of y'all. Package is not looking too good right now.
So you're not allowed to like this because your girl told me it was, quote, below average.
Below average. All right, we're done. We're going to just wrap this thing up.
Got him.
So 364 people, 143 likes. If your package is perfect, seriously, look down there right now. Is it good? Let me know. If it is, go ahead and like the video. And if you're like, no, it's not perfect, well, how about we're going to change that for you. Get the perfect package at Manscaped, 20% off and free shipping. I'm going to order it now. That way Tom can stop roasting me. And that way my girl doesn't go somewhere else. But seriously, perfect package. We're hooking you up. Manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping. It makes an absolute awesome holiday gift. We're going to put that link in the comments and in the description. The Lawnmower 3.0, something that I use literally every single week. Tom Downey might be the spokesperson, though, for these boxes.
They are the most comfortable pair you will ever own. They fit perfectly. They don't, like, ride up on you like some of those boxers do, but they're also not way too baggy. It's the perfect fit. You can get that perfect package at manscaped.com/chat. When you use that link, by the way, you'll get 20% off and free shipping. Again, like Mitch said, it'll be in the comments and it will be in the description as well. So you guys can go get that perfect package today at manscaped.com/chat.
Jacob's got the perfect package. That's a fact. If Big Ben retires, the Steelers go for Carson Wentz.
Wentz is a weird player to discuss in trades because normally when you're trading for a quarterback, you're either like, clearly you think he's the guy, or you're taking a one-year flyer. With the way that Wentz's deal is structured, it's not really a one-year flyer. Correct. Because of the way his roster bonuses and everything and the salary kicks in and guarantees, it's really a 2-year, about $50 million flyer. So at that point, $25 million per year, not that bad if you get good starting quarterback play. It's actually pretty valuable. But is Wentz going to be a good starting quarterback for you? That's a little bit bigger risk than what you might otherwise want.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, if I'm the Steelers and I could maybe just get somebody like a Jameis Winston for way, way less cheap, probably is what I would do. Richard Lee, what's up, my man? Who will replace Mike Nolan? So I know you're a Cowboys fan. For all the Cowboys fans out there, go subscribe to the #1 most watched Cowboys show on YouTube. You can see the link below, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. Over 82,000 subs now, right?
Yeah, 83. Almost 83.
Wow.
Doing great there.
All right.
My bad. Look, Rashard, we've broken down some Mike Nolan replacements before, so like Mitch said, go check it out there.
Absolutely.
I think if you want to go internal, George Edwards, former Vikings defense coordinator, is already on staff, could return to more of a typical 4-3, although 3-4 or 4-3 doesn't matter all that much anymore. It's what you ask your guys to do. I think he could make some sense. If you go external, I don't think Wade wants to come back. I think they try to pursue a Dan Quinn, though.
Okay. More NFL draft questions. All right, Fred, I see you. So who will be the first wide receiver drafted and by who? Well, first off, I'll say, Fred, if you haven't already seen our latest 2021 NFL mock draft, please go check it out. It is on the channel, and anytime I get an NFL draft question, I just hand it over to Tom.
I believe in that mock draft I went Jamar Chase to Philadelphia. Since then, orders altered a little bit. Teams like the Dolphins and Chargers are ahead of Philadelphia. LA could go receiver. I'm not convinced that they would. Maybe Miami would, depending on where that Houston pick ends up being.
True.
Philadelphia needs more receiver help. Obviously, you have Greg Ward, who can be a decent slot for you, but Jalen Reagor might be better served in that slot receiver role. Alshon Jeffrey's not very good. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's terrible. Get a #1 guy in there for Hurts, Wentz, whoever, if you're not going to take a quarterback early. But maybe they go corner. Lions could, and I think Lions are kind of like the floor for first receiver taken, depending on where they fall. Like if they're outside the top 10, they're not in quarterback range. Galladay's a free agent. You still want more receiver help. So I think Jamar Chase makes a lot of sense in terms of first receiver off the board. Beyond that, you're looking at guys, the two Bama receivers, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith as well.
He's been incredible.
I don't think Rashad Bateman ends up being the first receiver taken, but he could. I think in the end, you're probably looking SEC between those three guys.
So let us know down in the comments section who will be the first wide receiver drafted in 2021. I'm going to agree with Tom. I think it's Jamar Chase, but don't sleep on Devonta Smith because he's been putting up some sick numbers. All right, let's go to this next one from Matthew B. What is the best NFL wide receiver core?
Where are we cutting off? 3, 4, 5?
I'm going to go 3.
Okay, if we're going 3, I think it's down to Bucks or Cowboys.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown hasn't been great, though.
No, I'm with you. I'm probably going to go with the Cowboys just because
Gallup's numbers are
down.
The
numbers that they were putting up with Dak Prescott were silly. Sure, the defense sucked, but I mean, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb.
Cooper's going to go for 1,000. Lamb's on pace for an easy 800. Gallup's numbers are down pretty significantly, but we saw how good he was last season. So from that perspective, I'm down to Bucks or Cowboys.
Yeah, and if you want to just throw in, if you can throw in a tight end in that situation,
it's the Chiefs.
Then it's the Chiefs, and it might not even be close. All right, Chris MK, what up? Do you think that the Eagles can win out and make it to the playoffs? If so, do you give Carson playoff experience, or do you give Hurts?
So I think this is actually pretty easy, Chris. If you win out and make the playoffs,
and it's Jalen Hurts,
you're playing Jalen Hurts the rest of the year, man. Yeah. Like he's the reason in the end that you got there. Even if the Eagles win out, it's going to be a little bit tricky. As of right now, they're at around a 12-ish% chance to actually make the postseason. Winning out would help them because of the way their schedule is set up.
I think it makes their decision easier going into the offseason.
I mean, it's Hurts. At that point, it's not even a discussion there. If they win out because they've beaten the Cardinals, the Cowboys, and the Washington football team, you're probably about a 75% chance, but they still need some help, and I don't think they end up winning out. They might win 2 out of those 3, but it might be a loss to Washington, which would really hurt them, or it might be a loss to the Cardinals. The biggest game for them in the end is going to be Week 17 if they're even still alive.
Well, hey, y'all, I know we get a lot of questions on every single NFL mailbag, and obviously we can't get to them all, so I'm sorry. If you want to ask Tom any more NFL draft questions or anything in general around the NFL or Cowboys, hit him up on Twitter. You can find him at What Going Down. His DMs are open.
Yes.
If you want to talk fantasy football, Raiders, or anything going on in the NFL with me, I'm on Instagram. My DMs are also open. You can find that below at MitchellRenz365. But Tom and I, we work really, really hard to be able to put these shows together for you, and we wish we could answer all your questions, but obviously physically impossible. So seriously, hit us up. Our DMs are open. All right, Rohit, what up? Will the 49ers be Super Bowl contenders in 2021? Which quarterback should they have in 2020? All right, so.
Well, I mean, I think you kind of answered your own question there to an extent.
I agree.
Injuries are a huge reason why this team has been so banged up.
They absolutely can be. They have one of the best defenses when fully healthy.
Yeah, we'll see how they replace, and assuming, of course, Robert Saleh ends up leaving.
Yep.
Ayuk's coming off, I think, really his best stretch of 3 games in his NFL career. Been looking really promising there. I don't know about star quite yet. It's still early to figure that out, but got 660 yards with Nick Mullins for the most part at quarterback, so I've been fairly impressed. When it comes down to quarterback, I don't think you're going to win with Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't think it's going to happen, so you got to find somebody else, as difficult as that might actually be.
Next question coming in here from Kevin Harvick fan 04. Who will win the NFC East? I mean,
it's Washington.
I'm going to put my money on Washington as well.
The schedule is the most favorable.
However, are you nervous with Alex Smith's calf injury?
Maybe a little bit, but I've seen Washington win 4 straight games, by the way, which is weird to say out loud, but that's what they've done.
One of the best defenses in football. They really do.
They got Seattle. They're not going to win that football game. Carolina, Philadelphia.
The Giants just beat Seattle.
I'm saying even if they don't win that game, Carolina, Philadelphia to end the season. They should win both of those games.
They should.
I think, yes, Washington ends up winning the NFC East this year.